Hey guys, this is your Jumbo. Welcome to the channel. Today is 12th August 2026, and on the 11th of August, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua came out, gave out a 1-hour speech, which he called the 4-year anniversary celebration, or whatever you want to call it. For me, you have to wait until the end of this video so that I can tell you how I feel about Rigathi Gachagua and what he is doing, apart from, of course, antagonize the regime and antagonize President Ruto and his allies. I feel there's something more sinister going on, so you have to wait until the end of this video to see my analysis of this situation. I'm not going to play any of the Rigathi Gachagua clips or shorts of whatever he said because, I mean, it's a repeat of everything he says every other day, every other week. Every time he gets access to a microphone, access to a crowd, Rigathi Gachagua says the exact same things over and over again. And it is a very, very important tactic in communication whereby you are always planting seeds in people's minds every day. Even those people who do not want to listen to you, even those people who do not want to hear you, subliminally, the message stays planted at the back of their heads and they keep on thinking about it subconsciously. You don't even have to kind of, it is effortless. Like he repeats the same things over and over again. This is a very specialized communication tactic, and Rigathi Gachagua has mastered it. Immediately after Rigathi Gachagua concluded his press statement, giving his press statement on Kenya 4 years after President Ruto was voted into office, we saw an announcement that the leader of the majority in parliament, anaitwa Kimani Ichung'wa, he announced that he is going to speak outside parliament, and this is exactly what happened. And I have tried to put together 1 or 2 clips of Kimani Ichung'wa speaking. And guys, viewers of Mobili Mogodi TV, it is nothing short of comical. Just watch Kimani Ichung'wa.
Ironical that the man purporting to speak about security is on record to mobilize members of outlawed gangs to protect churches, political rallies, and polling stations. And you have heard yourselves, Mr. Rigathi, even on media interviews, telling Kenyans that hata sisi hatujabeba watoto kwa migongo. And this is his way of telling and mobilizing the Mungiki goons that he has been mobilizing to attack Kenyans. And we want to ask him, isn't this goonism? Rigathi is Kenya's chief goon, Kenya's goon number 1. Have we forgotten how 2 years ago he mobilized his fellow goons to invade Northlands Farm, belonging to the Kenyatta family, destroyed property, stole sheep belonging to Mama Ngina, a widow and our nation's very first lady? This is what the goonism and anarchy that Gashagua continues to perpetuate today then runs to cry foul, and crying louder than the bereaved.
When I heard Kimani Ichung'wa say that he was present when Rigathi Gachagua was planning the attack on former President Uhuru Kenyatta's farm in Juja, I was shocked at first, because how do you admit criminality or to be an accessory to a crime on live TV in public? How? You know, viewers of Mobili Mogodi TV, on this channel, we try to go beyond what is put out there for us by especially politicians, whether it is in the opposition or in government, in an effort to understand what is being communicated to us. And that is why I go to great lengths and pains to have to watch and to listen to these people like President Ruto, like Rigathi Gachagua, like Kimani Ichung'wa. Believe it or not, huwa inaumiza masikio. By the end of listening to these Kenyan politicians, I'm sure many of you even hate having to watch some of my episodes whereby I have to insert a clip of President Ruto for 1 or 2 minutes. I understand that. But then what we are trying to do is we are trying to get to the bottom of what is going on. So when Rigathi Gachagua pushes the government, especially President Ruto and his allies like Kimani Ichung'wa, to come out and admit to being accessories to crime or being active participants in the planning of criminal activity against other Kenyans, it raises a lot of questions. And I'm sure my viewers here on Mobili Mogodi TV, in the comments after I upload this episode, you are going to be telling me exactly how you think about what is going on. Because Mimi, in my opinion, Sawa, there's two things going on. It is either Rigathi Gachagua has learned how to rage bait President Ruto and his government and forcing them into making these kinds of statements. And I don't know if we'll call them mistakes. They are not mistakes. These people know exactly what they are saying. So, or number two, President Ruto is not the genius that he advertised himself to be. It is as simple as that. Rigathi has mastered the art of rage baiting them into coming out and attacking him, or President Ruto is not the genius that he confessed or he told us he is. And this goes beyond politicians. It goes to now national institutions, because when we see the Directorate of Criminal Investigations having to issue a statement to respond to Rigathi Gachagua's allegations, and he made 1 million allegations. Johanna Ngeno Ngong, the former MP for Emurwadiki Ruka, who died in a helicopter crash, the Dr. Mutiso assassination that took place a few weeks ago in broad daylight, some other crime, a Catholic priest who was killed somewhere in Wasingishu County. I mean, and DCI has to go and issue a detailed statement. I'll try and put it up on the screen for you, my viewers who have not seen it. I mean, there's something sinister. There's something wrong with this system, this political system. And mimi, I am telling you, viewers of Mobili Mogodi, hapa tunachezwa. Kuna mchezo tunachezwa. Believe it or not, I am telling you. Trust you me. We are being played. We, the people of Kenya, are the fools here. I do not trust Rigathi and what he is doing. I appreciate his efforts in the damage that he does to President Ruto and his government, but I highly believe that this is a game between Rigathi Gachagua and President Ruto in an effort to keep us, the people, busy with nonsense. I said it. Nimeisema. I had to say it. I had to say it because the response that has been elicited after Rigathi Gachagua released his statement is completely bollocks. It is wazimu on stilts. Because how does Kimani Ichung'wa come out and admit to criminality in public, in broad daylight, on the holy grounds of the National Assembly? How does Kimani Ichung'wa come out and admit to being an accessory to the planning of an attack on former President Uhuru Kenyatta's farm in Juja? What does this tell us about Kimani Ichung'wa? And he goes further and says that Rigathi Gachagua even went as far as organizing militia to protect polling centers and polling stations in all Kalau. I mean, you see, guys, you who watch me regularly on here, and if you do not watch me regularly on here, please subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot of work we do here that informs our viewers on what is actually going on in this country. I was in all Kalau. I covered that by-election. You, my viewers, we witnessed together armed police officers with automatic rifles, AR-16s, okay, what are called AR-16s, AK-47s, tear gas, okay, masked, fully masked, attacking polling centers. AC polling center in Olkalau town, Mumbi polling center just outside Olkalau town, and other polling centers in Olkalau. In the afternoon, between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. before the polls were closed. I have footage. It is documented on this channel. It is documented on my Facebook account, my Instagram account, my Twitter account. I am Mwabili Mogodi, at Mwabili Mogodi on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok, okay? On Twitter, I am at Mwabili Mogodi, number 2. Okay, I documented all these things on my platforms. And now Kimani Ichung'wa is telling us that Rigathi Gachagua, or the people who are protecting the polling centers, were Mungiki militia, mobilized and paid by Rigathi Gachagua. This is why I am telling you, my viewers, I do not trust Rigathi Gachagua. I do not trust President Ruto. Whatever they are doing, all this back and forth, hii maneno yote wanarushiana, it is done in an effort to keep us busy from the looting that is going on, from the criminal activity that is going on in President Ruto's government, okay? It is meant to keep us busy from the actual thing that we are looking for as Kenyans, which is the right candidate for the August 2027 general election. Right now, the person who has galvanized the people, the person who has captured the imagination of Kenyans is Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Watenya Sifuna, the senator of Nairobi County. And Kenyans around this country are only talking about Edwin Watenya Sifuna. I am telling you, my viewers, and I am sure a majority of you agree with me. Hii maneno vita kati ya Rigathi Gachagua na William Ruto, hii ni upuzi wa kubamba mafala. We are kept busy, you know, talking about all this nonsense. Or Rigathi says the same thing over and over again. Over and over again. That's what I started with when I opened this episode. It's nothing new. There's no new bombshell revelation he's going to make. Apana. And even hiyo ambao tunasema ati Rigathi Gachagua akona intelligence. He has information that is being leaked to him by people inside government. Come on. What if it's President Ruto who is leaking this information to Gashagua himself? What if ile speech, Vision 2060, it is President Ruto himself who's WhatsApped Rigathi Gachagua? Then Gashagua akakuja akatuambia najua kenye ataongea leo. What if that DCI investigation into the assassination of Dr. Mutiso, it is coordinated between Rigathi Gachagua and the DCI director Mohammed Amin? You see, one thing you must understand is the biggest propaganda tool in the world is government. Governments around the world are the biggest propaganda tools. The government's job is to keep its people busy doing absolutely nothing. Because people who are busy doing actual things are a threat to governments. And President Ruto has made this very clear. The people of the Republic of Kenya are a threat to his presidency. 55 million Kenyans are an existential threat to his presidency. Believe it or not, my viewers, I am telling you this. And keep this conversation going in the comments, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, whether you are a Rigathi Gachagua supporter or not. But Mimi, I highly believe Rigathi Gachagua is working with President Ruto, and their job is to keep us busy looking for nothing and being entertained by these nonsensical fights. Why would the Directorate of Criminal Investigations respond to Rigathi Gachagua on matters that are being actively, crimes that are being actively investigated, matters that are in court as we speak? This is your Jombo Mobili Mogodi. Thank you very much for your support. If you are not subscribed to the channel, like I said earlier, please subscribe. Here we keep it real and we talk about the issues that affect us as Kenyans. Keep the conversation going in the comments, like these episodes, and share them with your friends and family around the world. Asanteni sana.